Oh, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? We're back. Shout out to the CIA. One love, FBI. In the chat room, you know how we do. Age, city, gender. Let's get it. Let's see if this focus is any better. Hell yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yay.
Nothing can stop me.
Nothing can stop you.
'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way.
Lead the way. And I'll follow.
No need to say where we are heading now, babe.
Nothing.
I follow to the edge of it all.
Zaba, badaba, zada, zap, zada. Let's get into it. Before it flies. Oh, let's see what we're gonna smell like tonight. Fine no matter what. We are in the house. All right, welcome back, everybody. Hope you all had a chance to watch the last final presidential debate. That's why we had a little bit of a delayed start, because over here, grown damn men do grown damn men things. So yes, we pay attention to the political debates. All right, tonight, candle of the night is my favorite candle from Lalabo, and it is none other than Laurier 62. Between Laurier 62, K26, and Santal 26, I am good. If you ever come visit me, you will always be surrounded by smelling goods. You will always be surrounded by smelling goods. So, shout out to the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the feminine, beautiful, and inspirational ladies in the house. Last night was a hell of a show. Tonight promises to be even better because we're going to go straight up into it. No chaser. But before we do any of that stuff, folks, 1,500 people in here right now. We don't even have 750 engagement. That's likes or dislikes. Get the likes or dislikes up. And come on, man. We have not even had one person even throw 99 cents at this thing. Come on, man. Oh, I forgot. We got a delayed start. Yeah, we're kind of wondering, is he going to go? We're not going to go. I got it. No problem. Go ahead. And the little dollar sign down there, that's what you do. Hit that. Especially if you want to get my attention. If you want me to read your message, that's where it goes. All right. Do modern women fear commitment? That's the question on the table. Do modern women fear commitment? Why is this important? Well, because for the longest, we have been told, and here's what commitment means. It's the state of quality, it's the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause or an activity, or an engagement or obligation that restricts freedom of action. Do modern black women fear commitment? Do modern black women fear a state or quality of being dedicated to a man? Do modern black women fear an engagement or obligation that restricts their freedom of action with a man, from a man? What do we think? What do we think? Ladies, first up, you get to answer the question. Do modern women fear commitment? And see, the funny thing is, this is kind of along the lines of what's been going on here lately, this whole forced monogamy thing that was going on with the Ellises, the whole notion that women in mass, regardless of education level, income level, culture, when asked, tell you they want to be married, they want multiple children, they all want the ability to not have to work or work from home. But yet, when it comes right down to it, we got a 51+% divorce rate in the country, even higher in the church. But 8 out of 10 of those divorces are filed by the very women that say they wanted the commitment in the first place. So ladies, this is a modern phenomenon. In the last 50 years, prior to 1960, especially in the black community, we were married at the rate of about 80%. Now, 1 in 4 black women can expect to walk down the aisle in their lifetime. You're more educated, you earn more money, you have more freedom. Sky's the limit. But yet, in general, women across the board, black women in particular, are fatter, more tired, more sick, and angry than any other time in modern history. I'll say a large portion of that is because you have lost the ability to peacefully coexist with a man. Peacefully coexist. What does that mean? Well, if this show is any indication that there are women who seem to enjoy, live for, breathe for arguing. The smoke, as they would call it. Shout out to Obsidian. He said he'd be a millionaire if he started investing in argument bars. What's an argument bar? A place where you can allow people go to pay a cover charge to just sit there and argue. Last night you had women on here who you could hear they were getting turned on and excited just by the notion of arguing. And many of them claim to be married on a YouTube channel after midnight, throwing money at just to make sure they could argue. So, look in the comment section. Look in the description of the video. It says, 2 emotions tend to motivate modern women. And those 2 I find are fear and anger. Fear and anger. Tonight we're going to deal with the fear. We may touch on the anger portion of it too, but tonight we're going to touch on the fear. In this broadcast, we discuss why so many modern women say they want relationships, yet act as though they fear them. Why are so many women afraid of commitment? Now, we're trying to play a little music in the background, so you guys tell me if that music is a little too loud. You say women get off on conflict. Well, that's dysfunctional. Heated debate is one thing, but conflict is another thing. They fear them. Why are so many women afraid of commitment? Now, we're trying to play a little music. So, I kind of like it. It's at a good level. At a good level. Let me see just a second. I'll adjust this down to 50%. Moderators, remind me when I bring the callers in that I need to adjust the audio back up. So make sure we can hear the calls. Okay. So, fear. In the background, so you guys tell me if that music. Fear. Fear. Fear of the very commitment they say they want. But here's the thing. Why? I think many women know that they have lost the ability to relate to a man. One, it's been said you need to vet the woman before you ask her to commit to you. Okay? What's going on, Corey? Vet the woman before you choose a woman, right? But see, here's the real thing. You don't vet the woman. You're supposed to vet the man, vet the father. You're supposed to vet the father, because if she has been raised by a father, and if she's submitted to and cooperated with and listened to her father, there's going to be a heck of a lot more likely that she's going to be able to do those things for you. But therein lies the rub. 80% of the women in the black community are raised without fathers in the household, just like the boys. Okay? So you can't vet the father. If you have to look at the mother, you really would start running. Ladies, let's talk about it, because you're not having any better luck outside of black men either. And while this may have more particular import in the black community, this can be said across the board. The higher a woman tends to go in education, income, status, position, these things, the less likely it is that she will actively couple with a man. Okay? That's not me. That's just the way it is. And guys, if we don't get these likes up, you know what's going to happen? What's going on, Theo? Okay, we're going to try this song a little bit later. What's going on, Theo? All right, see, the less likely it's going to be that you will actively couple. And that's a problem, ladies, because why are you doing all this stuff? Why are you doing all this stuff? What's the purpose of getting all this stuff if you don't have anybody to enjoy it with? If you don't have anybody to share it with? Let me see. I was looking for something that I put in here yesterday. Let's see. I think this may be your song. That may be part of your song, Theo. Let's see. That's one. Or you can pick from that one or from this one. So which one do you want? One or two? One or two? Let me know which one you want, Theo. One or two? All right. So, ladies, here's the thing. I don't begrudge a lot of you. I get it. But the question is, do you get it? Are you starting to understand that it took an act of God? It took an act of God for, the virus before women started sitting back looking at this stuff. Okay? This is up to Theo. You get to pick which one. We got to remix that. And if we don't keep the engagement up, so we don't want to have to cut this off. Here's the thing. Ladies, my question to you is simply this. What is it that you ultimately fear? Because there's a reason why you accomplished, successful, productive women you're not, and you can't be competitive as a woman if you don't have a man. See, a woman's value is directly tied to her ability to attract and keep a man. A woman is judged upon the quality of the man she can get and keep. That's part of your value. Not your education, not your income, not your career. You're rated on the kind of man that you can keep and what men are willing to do for you. Those are two components that are universal worldwide. A woman who can attract men but can't keep them is not deemed to be very valuable. A woman that can attract men but can only keep low-level men is not deemed to be very valuable. Number two, good. Number two is for you. A woman who can attract and keep a low-level man is not deemed very valuable. But if a woman can attract men and keep a high-level man or a man of a certain status, her value increases. But if she can do all of those things and the men that she attracted and kept is willing to pour into her and do things for her that are visible, see, that's why it's different being a high value woman versus being a high value man. It's directly tied to men. And ladies, if part of your value equation, and I didn't make the rules, and you may say that's such old school thinking, this modern womanist, feminist kind of stuff. Look, ladies, we're rated, we are judged on our ability, on our relationships. You are too. You are too. And you've been told a lot by women who don't have relationships to say, my value isn't tied up with a man. Well, all right. But today we're going to have a different conversation because you and I both know that's not true. And if you can be successful academically, professionally, economically, scholastically, even from a look standpoint, because I was going to talk about this body, this cognitive dissonance that exists in so many black women. I was going to show the women that are built for fun and built for marriage. Like that woman who kept calling, talking about her 25-inch waist. She is so on the category of fun girl. Women like her are all set up for fun, short-term pleasure. But, you know, the Bernice Virgos, the woman she kept on talking about, the woman who had a kid at 15, the woman who got 2 kids, just Google Bernice Virgos and say husband and nothing. She's not very valuable. And you look at the kind of men that women want, you look at the women on their arms, and that gives you a template. But anyway, as we go on into it, ladies, what's the fear? You're out of school. You're out of high school. You're out of college. You're in your career. You don't have to worry about a man taking an eye off the ball so you can't get your degree.
I'm a PhD.
Or your PhD or anything like that. You don't have a man distracting you. You're all the way up in the
Danger zone!
Now, what's the fear? What's the fear? What is the fear that so many of you ladies have about getting with a man now? Because now it's time to have a man. You're 27. It's time to have a man. And here's the sad part. Even though it's time to have a man, many of you cannot do it. You know why you cannot do it? Because, let's see if we can get there. After 27, that's what it looks like. Hold on. This is what it looks like after 27. When you will become 30 to 60 is no man's land. This is what it looks like. Doom. This is what, that's your future. There it go. Ah! There it go. That's it. That's no man's land. There it is. See how barren that landscape is? That's how barren your womb is right now. Because even if you can't have them, ain't nothing going up in there. What's the fear, ladies? What is the fear? Because this in particular happens to a lot of professional women. Professional women. Oh, I'm clowning today. Let me go ahead and start slowing this chat down. It gets a little over, it goes a little too much. Ladies, this in particular impacts a lot of professional women. So I'm going to give you 3 things that you ladies need to watch out for if you ever have an opportunity to deal with a man. The reasons why you fail. Number one, way to fail, number one, is to emasculate a man by trying to outman him. How many times do you hear women get on this channel or try to argue and try to outman a man? If you're a successful woman, revel in your success and happiness. Run everything at work, be firm, tough, managerial, multitasking. But when you're out on a date with a man or at home hanging out or together, don't try to run or manage him. Shout out to, where are we at here? Shout out to,
What's up, Doc?
shout out to Doc. She talks about how she graduated, went to the Mayo Clinic, but when she comes home, she puts that shit up. You need to, there are subtle ways of doing this, but it must be done. What's that up here? It must be done, ladies. It must be done. For example, tell him about a problem you're having and say, tell him about for example, he'll tell you about a problem he's having and you'll say, you should do this. Oh my God, that gets on my nerves. You talking about something going on at work, and then all of a sudden you jump in and just pull out your Johnson and you start telling him what he should do. Or if I were you, I wouldn't do that. You just step directly into a man's role. It makes him feel managed. And your man does not want to feel managed like he's a child or like you're his mother. This is not a good feeling for a man, ladies. He wants to feel respected and admired, but not mothered. You can let a man know what you want and need by simply saying, I like that, or I don't want that, or what would feel good to me is. Bottom line, ladies, stop trying to manage your men. Okay, number 2, you try to manage the course of the relationship. OMG. Remember the 3-date rule? The things that I've said that so many women balk at is because you're trying to manage the relationship. You control access to sex. We control access to relationship. It's ours, not yours. You don't get your last name, you get ours. Being a woman means taking charge of your own life, granted, but letting him run the relationship. And this is why so many of you ladies fear relationships, because you don't want to, because this is about power. You don't want to give up control, give up power. You want to run something. That's why you have your... It sounds a bit odd and unfair, but here's a new way to look at this. When a man pulls away from you, after going to, here's the thing. I don't want to do that. Ladies, save your management life for your outside stuff. But when you're with your man, let your man have your time, the money, the work, the environment, all that stuff. It becomes something for him to manage. And if you don't understand that, call in. The next time you feel tempted to control a relationship, just stop yourself. Look, just stop. Give it back to him. And this is really hard to do for accomplished professional women because you're used to doing stuff. And I get it. I do. I get it. You're used to getting stuff done. And it sounds like, well, you're asking me to take a step back. No, I'm asking you to be a woman. Do all that stuff outside the house, but inside the house, he's the man. And if you can't do this, you'll never have a successful relationship with a competent man. Let me be perfectly blunt. If you cannot do these things, the likelihood of having a successful, healthy, peaceful relationship with a productive, competitive, successful, competent man are negligible. And lastly, why, ladies? Because you try to do too much. The one drawback of being an accomplished, smart woman is you know how to get a whole lot done. And it's just easier sometimes if you do it yourself than have to wait for him. Remember when I say, well, wait on the man, let the man do it? Well, if I wait on him to do it, then it may never get done, or I may not know how to do something myself. This has all happened in the last week. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. The cure for this is to learn how to be surprised by a man and not to work so hard to make things happen. Let him decide where he wants to go. It's always your choice whether or not to go, whether to leave or things like that, but let him decide. Let him chart the course. Whatever you like, where do you want to go? Wherever you want to go. You say you want a man to lead, then you have to let him lead. And don't do this passive aggressively. See, that last thing I said, there are a lot of women thinking about, I'll just say no until he says something I like. No. It's like when I'm seeing someone, I know what I want to do and I know what my plans are. You ask somebody, but if you ask somebody, you try to coordinate, but eventually it's up to you to decide whether you want to go or not. Because I'm going this direction. Productive, competitive, successful men, high value men, white collar, blue collar, young, on the way, ambitious, they're going about their business. You are the passenger. The relationship is his. And if you don't want to go, find another man with whom direction you want to go, but it still has to be, you have to go in his direction. This is where you hyphenating women have a problem. Ladies, you need to learn how to harness your masculine energy in your work world. That take charge energy that you need to become successful, that's for work. But you need to give up control to a man worthy of leading you and relax. But the reality is, what I just said sounds good to a bunch of women, but you're so used to negative, you're so used to losing, so used to fighting. I'm sure there are going to be the women, but again, I make things very clear over here. Don't date a man who you're not attracted to. See, the things I'm talking about are only issues if you cannot attract a man at this level. So let's talk about that. Kevin, that sounds real good. That sounds good. But those guys you're talking about are few and far between. Granted, guess what? Then you got to get competitive. You better be fit, cooperative, and single. Because what are the alternatives? You want a man that is few and far in between? Good. That means if you get him, you have a better quality of life and a better lifestyle. But you have to do what you have to do on the front end to get his attention so he can pick you. Either you do all that upfront work so you can have a better quality of life and cruise through life, or you take the lower quality guy to where you can be in charge and do your 50-50 thing. But then, like I told that attorney with the service advisor, you can never complain. 8 months pregnant. You got to work up until you're in labor. Drop that kid, 12 weeks, go back to work, hand the kid off, wash, rinse, repeat. Can never complain. So here's a choice, ladies. You either do what you need to do up front to get a PCS man, a high value man, a Henry, whatever you want to call it, a man that's worth a special man. You either do the work up front to catch his attention and do what it takes to keep him, or you deal with a different caliber of man to where you're going to have to work all your life. You can have the control or whatever, but I'm not going to address that. Or the alternative is, but we know what that looks like, right? That's that no man's land. That's no man's land right there. 36 to 60 years old. No ability to get a man at a certain level. And then by the time you decide, you know what? I'm tired of doing all this. I want something different. I'm tired of this. He's like, sorry. I'd rather deal with the younger woman who maybe she's not as accomplished as you, not as learned as you, but she what she lacks in, your wisdom and things like that, she makes up for in enthusiasm and exuberance. Two incredible qualities for being a high value woman. You must be enthusiastic and exuberant about everything your man does. Yeah. Again, what'd you say, Doc?
Eh, what's up, Doc?
Joy for life? Joie de vivre? Yeah. You better learn, you better study kids and puppies. Because there's the kid, there's the puppy. That's the way you better act when you have your man that's worth keeping or being kept by. Because when's the last, ladies, when was the last time you did anything with exuberance or enthusiasm? When was the last time you put some effort into anything? The last time you prepared a meal with exuberance or enthusiasm? Last time you served a man with enthusiasm, exuberance. Outside of I thought I was about to go into the bedroom. No. Outside of the bedroom. When's the last time you've been excited about things he was talking about? Because we expect enthusiasm and exuberance in bedroom. That's a granted. And see, some of you don't even do that. And then you wonder why you can't keep a man. So the fear is a self-fulfilling prophecy for many of you. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy for many of you because at the end of the day, you're not really willing to do what it takes. But the question is why? Why, ladies? Why are you so afraid? Bernice is a grandma. What a trash family. Why are so many of you afraid? All right, we got how many people in here? 3,000 people in here. We need to get these likes up. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get them up, or else you know what's going to happen. You're going to hear this big sound right here. You're going to get all 2 minutes of it if we don't get the likes up. And also, we're going to need at least 5 more people to drop $2 in there, man. Come on. We've had Theo come through, and the rest of y'all are just sitting here like, impress me. Gimme. Do something. All right. Y'all want the call lines open? Let's see. Because I really want to ask the question, ladies. Anger. A lot of women are angry because they're tired, because they're working so hard. A lot of women are angry because they're sick or don't feel good, in part because you're working so hard. A lot of women are angry because you're unfit, because you don't have the energy to go work out to stay fit like you need to do to attract the attention of the kind of man that can help you in life. That's why you're angry, because you're tired. You hear all these, you hear everything I'm talking about, and it sounds like you're bashing me. You're bashing. It's too much. I can't. Then what I need you ladies to understand is that's why you are the quote unquote weaker sex. You're not built to handle the stresses and environmental things like men are. And the only way to stop feeling tired, sick, and angry is to learn how to cooperate with a productive, competitive, successful, competent man. That is the only way. Well, not the only way, the most surefire way. Or you're going to end up roommating with Lonnie Love and deal with the problems that come along with a bunch of spinsters sharing a mortgage. That is a mess. Trust me, my aunts did that. They were bona fide Thelma and Selma, and it's sad. Thelma and Selma Simpsons. Sad, sad, sad. Angry because they can't. Angry. Angry because there's more month than money. Angry. And here's the thing. When we talk about weight, what do so many women say? It's not that easy. Guys, we have testosterone. We can survive on 4 or 5 hours sleep. A lot of women need 6 to 8 hours sleep just to function. Not us. Look at your president, 70 plus years old, and he gets 4 hours sleep. Their bodies aren't set up that way. And here's the thing, ladies, I'm telling men this so they'll be aware, but I'm not telling them so they'll accept it. What I'm saying, ladies, if you want a higher quality of life, you need to start doing something different. And it's not going back to school. It's not going to make more money. It's learning how to get on board with a productive, competitive, successful, competent man. That's the key. Shout out to Erica Williams. In September of 2020, 865,000 American women exited the job force. 865,000. It's close to 1 million women in September. Of the daycares surveyed, 40%, 4 out of 10, closed permanently. Why? Because one of the most surefire ways is to be perpetually tired is to be a single, unwed mother. To one or multiple children. You got to rise up, get them ready to go. And the routine used to be to drop them off to daycare or get them off to school. Then you could go to work. Then they could go to daycare or aftercare. Then you could pick them up. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. That is a tiring thing. That's for one or multiples. But now there is no daycare. So you can't take your kids to daycare. So what happens if you got to be at work at 8? No way to drop the kid off. Well, we'll figure it out, but we'll take them to school. No, schools are virtual now. So now if a woman works federal government, retail, 2 of the largest employers of black women, they cannot go to their job at Neiman Marcus. They cannot go to their job at the call center. They can't go to their job somewhere because there's nowhere for the kid to go. Then what? The money does this. The government can't keep writing checks. And even a little bit of money they was given is not enough to live on. That is why marriage filings are up. Because people in this country are starting to realize these stupid love marriages are an American invention. It is dumb. You don't get love. Everywhere else in the world, people marry because of practical reasons. You pick a mate for practical reasons. Here we have had so much first world problems. We can choose to pick a mate on desire and love. That's dumb. It doesn't work. You need to go, and we're going back to the old school. I need somebody in here to help me pay these bills. If I'm not with you, I'm on the street. I was just talking to a woman here in Atlanta, and if you drive down I-85, you're starting to see tents out in the fields. Those are people living off of 85 in tents because moratoriums on rent from March to roughly October, eviction notices and eviction courts and all that stuff. November 1st, a lot of these rents and stuff come due. And it's not just for 1 month. It's for all of the back rent. And you know, just like I know, ladies, maybe not you, but there are plenty of women who were not taking that money and paying. They thought something was going to happen. What happens when you got a $10,000? Look, ladies, You don't earn what men earn. 3% of you earn over 6 figures. You need a man. And you need a man to want you. You need a man. It's time to knock off the BS. And you need a man to want to keep you. This whole notion of I'll get with him. If it doesn't work, I'll get a divorce. No. That's not going to work. So now you're faced with the very real prospect of being a professional, successful, accomplished woman who can handle herself in the work world and with her dog and her girlfriends. But can you keep a man? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because if you don't figure this out, what are you saying? You're just ready to die alone? Because the old rules are gone. We're going into a dark, cold winter. We're about to go into the second round. 200,000 people, 200,000, almost 250,000 more people are expected to pass in this country between now and the end of the year because of the that's double what's already happened. We will be getting shut down. There is no vaccine anytime soon. And unfortunately, you ladies in general don't pay attention to the news. You know, I'm sitting around talking about current events to women from 25 to 60, and they're like, what? What happened? Real estate prices are through the floor. Huh? What? I'm looking at women older than me who just are clueless. I'm like, God dang. Those are the kind of people that they get the message after the tornado has gone by. Ladies, what do you fear? Do you fear the commitment, or do you fear the fact that you can't keep a man? You're unfit for a man. What's the problem? What's the issue? I think the fear is that you know you're not ready. I think the fear is the issue. You know you're not ready. And if that's the case, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Because it's not his fault. It's not my fault. And guys, so ladies, who I want to talk to? I want to talk to the women who you truly fear commitment. You self-sabotage. You make yourself a short-term prospect. You make it to where I'm so busy. Here's the women. Here's how you know a woman fears commitment. I've been busy working on myself. I've just been busy working on myself. How many times do we hear these
I'm a PhD.
non-PhD women with jobs and communication degrees and working in call centers talking about, I've just been working on myself? What, the French toast? You're not doing a project at CERN. You're not doing research at MIT. You're working on your, what? You ain't working on nothing. You just don't know how to get along with a man. You don't know how to do it. You're socially awkward. You're a femcel. Let's get into it.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
I'm working on myself.
Money work.
I don't need no man.
Se arregla con dinero.
I'm a PhD.
Money work. Si me quieres
I'm a PhD.
dormir en
I'm a
algún
PhD.
lugar, un lugar para trabajar. Y si no hay, pues emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero.
I'm a PhD.
Tiene lo verde, siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después.
I'm a PhD.
Lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde,
I'm a
lo
PhD.
veré caer.
I'm a
Somos
PhD.
malos buenos.
I'm a PhD.
Tenemos fe en el dinero, ya lo
I'm a
veré.
PhD.
Lo
I'm a
vendo, mi
PhD.
alma lo
I'm a
lograré.
PhD.
Seré el más grande, no olvidaré.
I'm a PhD. I'm a PhD. I'm a PhD. PhD. Need to find me a damn man. I'm a PhD. PhD.
Se arregla con dinero.
Trying to find me a damn man.
Money work, yo digo
I need a man, I can't find one. I'm a PhD and can't get some. I'm a PhD. I'm a PhD. Can't get no D. 1, 2, 3. Help! I'm a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
Can't keep no D. Can't keep no D. I'm a PhD. But I can't get no D. PhD. PhD up in this piece. What the French toast is cold in here. I need a drink. I'm sad. I'm a PhD. But I can't keep no man. It's so damn sad. PhD. But I can't keep no man. PhD. I'm crazy. Can't keep no D. I'm a PhD, goddammit. Oh shit, I need to take that on the road. That was some good shit. PhD. But I can't get no D. Yeah. PhD. But I can't keep no man. I ain't shit. I'm gonna go to hell. I'm going to hell. Y'all going to hell with me. Y'all encouraging this shit. In hell with gasoline draws. Excuse me, sir, why are you here? I was fucking around with these PhDs. Next thing you know, man. All right. Welcome. Yeah. I'm a PhD. All right, let's do it. Hello?
Hi, I called in yesterday.
Yeah, you did. Here's the thing. Everybody in the chat room, hi Ann. Let me get on you for a second. We're gonna need at least 10 people to drop $5 in there because the calls have started and we've only had 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well we got more than that. Never mind. We're good. Go ahead, Ann.
All right, thanks, Kevin. All right, so I wanted to say again, thank you for doing the show. And so as far as being afraid of commitment, I would say I'm not anymore, but I used to be.
Why?
And I don't think it's a fear of commitment per se, like directly targeting commitment. I think we're afraid of sometimes becoming our moms.
What? Becoming your mom meaning what?
Well, if women have a story like I do, I'm a 90s baby. I'm 30 years old. Okay. And my mom was that kind of single mom, independent woman type. And I happen to be a child of wedlock and divorce. Okay. So she didn't marry my real dad, and then she divorced my stepdad. Okay. But she always had this attitude about it, like she was in control or she was on top.
So have you had any therapy?
Yes, tons actually.
Okay. Well, and that's how that has to be addressed because, you know, we all got stories. We all got origin stories. But how old are you?
I'm 30.
30. When was the last relationship you had? I see you in there, Carrielle. When was the last time you had a relationship?
I'm in a relationship right now. I'm engaged to my fiance.
All right, then. Go ahead with your bad self.
Thank you very much.
So he must be happy that you over here getting all this good info. Good. Well, you know, I'm trying to get to the women who got issues, but I thank you for calling in. And because I think you're right. I think there is a portion of women who are afraid to be like their mothers, but then it stops right there. They don't do anything. It's like, all right, I get it that you don't want to be your mom and make mistakes, but your mom lived, unfortunately, your mother lived her life. What are you doing about yours? And that's where a lot of women stop.
Can
So
I speak on that?
go ahead.
I think two big things is honestly, we got to stop talking to our mothers and stop talking to groups of women without men,
There you.
who are in terrible relationships. I know definitely when I stopped talking to my mother on a daily basis, that
Mm-hmm.
is when my frame of mind got much healthier.
Well, I agree with you, and I mention that often. That careful who you around and who you talk to because they greatly impact your mental mindset. I'll mute you for just a second. Carrie L,
Yes,
how old are you? How are you?
I am good and I am 28 years old.
28 years old. Do you have a fear of commitment?
I can understand it, but no, I do not.
All right. Well, what do you have for me on the topic?
Okay, so I guess my whole thing is I feel like everything is generalized, everything is black and white, and people fail to look at the gray areas. And my
What do you
main
mean?
thing
What
is,
What do you mean?
hmm,
What do you mean? Everything's generalized.
well, I feel like people are quick to judge based off someone's situation without understanding the ins and outs on it. So I
Okay.
do
Okay.
feel
Okay. Listen to me. Okay. Do you have time to get to know every single person that passes you?
no, but I think people shouldn't be judged off of their past. They should be judged
Sure, you
at where
should.
they're at
Sure, you
in the
should.
present.
Sure, you should. You most definitely should be judged off your past. Past performance is the best indicator of future performance. That's why your credit rating matters.
Well, I agree to that sense, but as far as upbringing, childhood, if someone is
Okay,
bettering
why don't you give me an
themselves,
example of what you're talking about? Because what you're saying doesn't make a lot of sense. That people are so quick to judge. I'm sorry, that's how human beings are. We are set up to make decisions and assessments. You judge people too.
well, to an
You judge
extent,
people too.
but I'll
You
give
judge
you an
no, you judge
example.
no, ma'am. I can give you. Look, I'm an image consultant, and I can. Okay, you don't think you judge people? Okay, give me an example. What
Okay,
city do you live
so
in? What? No, no. Let me give you an
I'm in
example.
Atlanta,
All right, so you're in Atlanta.
right?
You find yourself wake up in Fulton County Jail, and they tell you that you've been brought in overnight, and you were unconscious, and you find yourself in restraints, and you find out you're up on 3 murder charges. Three, one, two, three,
Right.
getting the death penalty. Your family says, "Oh, we got to get somebody in here to represent you. You got no money to pay for a death penalty case. There's a public defender you can get for free, but then your mother, your father, whoever you trust comes in and says, well, you know what? We got somebody who wants to represent you. Best in the country. He stood before. He's actually argued before the Supreme Court. Graduated top of his class at Harvard Law. He's willing to do your case pro bono. He can guarantee to get you off. We need you to take a meeting with him. You're in the county jail, and he comes in to meet you in that first meeting. He's got on a tie-dye T-shirt, flip-flops, holes in his jeans, fingernails painted black, spiky punk hair. Would you want him defending you for your life?
I would hear him out first.
Right. Now, does
Let's see
anybody
what.
honestly believe this?
I
I'm
think
going.
some
No, no.
people
I'm
do.
asking. No, no. I'm asking the chat room. Does anybody honestly believe this? Because I know, and just like all other 3,500 people know, that's an outright lie. You would not want that man. I asked you, would you want him defending you? And you tried to figure out a clever way of getting around it. And the
That's
answer
not
is no,
clever.
what I don't. Here's the thing, man. When people come in here talking about everybody needs to give everybody else a chance and be general, we can't go
I
through
never
life
said
like
give
that.
everyone a chance. I mean, it's based off of a person's character though.
Well,
So if you see a woman who, let's just say she's had 10 abortions and she done went through hell, but in that time she's healed herself, as people like to say, and she does want to settle down or whatever, Who are you to tell her she's not worthy to do so?
Oh, I'll tell you, she ain't worthy for me.
I mean,
I'm
may not
me.
be for
Hold on,
you.
hold on. First of all, you asked me and I would tell you. Because you act as though you're not human. Like, or people can't make judgments. See, this whole thing, can't nobody judge nobody. It's
I
more
never
this.
said no one
Excuse
can
me, I let
judge.
you get live. Okay, I let you give your example. Because what you're honestly talking about doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Why don't you tell me what exactly your issue is? Because you just said no one should really judge people. You should not judge somebody's past. Why?
Well, that's a generalization. No, my whole point was the simple fact that men are quick to
How many
judge
kids do you
women, but
have?
are not. I never said I had kids.
Okay, well, then why would men are quick to judge?
Men are quick to judge women, but fail to realize the way that the world is today. A lot of women
Excuse
have
me.
gone
Hold
through
on,
trauma.
hold on. You just judged men.
Well, based off of the whole
No, ma'am. No,
MGTOW
ma'am. No,
movement,
ma'am. No, ma'am. Hold on. No. You just judged men.
I don't think every man is that way.
No,
But
no, ma'am. The tape is really clear. You said men are quick to judge. That's what came out of your mouth.
well, you sound very defensive right
No,
now.
see, now you just lost the argument. See, this again, people. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. When a black woman cannot defend the point, they go to the playbook, the sign. Shame, insults, guilt, need to be right.
I don't need
Ma'am,
to be right. But
yes,
okay,
okay,
so
ma'am,
if I
you just
did make
judged
that
me.
judgment, then
Exactly. And it's
okay.
natural that you do. What I said is everybody judges. And you made it seem as though that's such a bad thing. And you just did the same thing that you're saying people shouldn't do.
Well, for people who are out here looking to find a mate, I don't think they should be quick to judge. Now, of
You just
course,
were
you
quick
should
to
use your
judge
better.
you just quick
You
to
should be
judge all
quick to
men.
use.
You were just quick to judge all men. That's all it comes down to, ma'am. And here's the thing. Are you looking to get married? Do you want to be married? Do you want a
I
man?
am married,
Oh, well, that's good.
so
Where's your husband?
sleeping. I am up because I wanted to be on this
What?
podcast and
Okay, so
state
let me
my
get this
opinion.
right. You're a married woman and you wanted to
Yes.
call into a podcast about single women and their fear.
Yes, because I have friends.
Yeah. Remember what I said? Two things motivate most women, black women in particular: fear and anger, wanting to argue all the time. This woman claims to be married. Married. No dog in this fight. Oh my God. You said you want to hear it? No, I have time to keep hearing stupid shit like this. No, thank you. Hey, Mary, I know Steph, these broads ain't married. You think that thing is married? Come on. Miss Mosley, unmute yourself, please. Hello, how are you?
I'm so nervous.
Go
So
ahead.
nervous.
Just here. The only thing, there's only one rule.
Yes.
Just be polite. I'll be polite to you if you're polite to me, and just try not to overtalk me.
Okay, you might have to guide me through it.
All right.
I'm so nervous. All
The
right.
moment,
So,
first time I had to guide a woman through something.
well, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I think you would say, yeah, I'm a commitment phobe. I'm 43,
Okay.
and it seems as though I just keep having people wait on me to act right. Right? Yeah, it's something. So I just broke up with my latest ex maybe about a week ago. We had been together for 2 years, and I see that he tried. He tried to be patient, and he was a high value guy. One of the things was I just, he had a lot of options, and I think I was just overwhelmed with the amount of options that he had, because I would see women throwing themselves at him. And I'm just like, well, what am I here for? You know? And then now I do have somebody who has been wanting me for years to act right, I guess. And he wants me to come live with him. But I'm scared. I've been on my own for a long time now.
Ma'am, do you have any
Yes,
children?
I do. I have one son.
There we go. How old is he?
He's he's 18. He just turned 18.
And where's his father?
His dad is in Texas.
And why didn't you marry him?
I did marry him, and then we got a divorce.
Who left
It was very
who?
quick.
Who left
I
who?
left him. I left
Why?
him.
Why?
Because we were both in the military. I'm still in the military. And so he was cheating on me, and so I left him.
So why'd you have the baby first before the marriage?
I was scared to do that, but he kind of convinced me to
Where's your dad?
do that. My dad passed.
And were your mother and father married?
They were.
And what age? And how long ago did your father pass?
He passed when I was probably about 27, but we had a very rocky relationship.
Uh-huh. So you're a military woman. When one
I
woman I
am.
say avoid, who had a baby mama. Then you married your baby daddy,
I did.
and you were shortly married to him because,
Yes.
like most military marriages, there's infidelity.
Mhm.
And then you're out here, but you had 27 years of a father being on the planet, but that didn't stick. Then you're out here dating, knowing that there's things going on with your commitment issues or whatever,
Yeah.
to the point to where you fast forward and you were with somebody between the ages of 41 and 43. And he broke up with you because you wouldn't act right.
Well, I just ended it because I saw it wasn't going
So
anywhere.
you ended it. You broke up with him because you wouldn't act right.
Right. Because
And
I
then
felt
you
like
then you injected something in the fact that somebody. This was a couple of weeks ago. You broke up with him.
yeah.
Then you inject in the fact that somebody from your past wants you to move in with them.
Yes.
What'd your therapist say about this?
I haven't been able to see him recently because of COVID.
What do you mean? I can see you right now on Zoom. That tends to work. I have a friend right now who sees patients every day,
I
all day
know.
long. So don't give me that bullshit. Don't lie to me, lady.
I'm not lying. I promise I'm not lying.
Your therapist doesn't take. When's the last time you saw a therapist?
March.
In person.
In person, March.
And how long
That
had you been seeing the therapist?
probably about 6 months, Kevin.
All right. So, ma'am,
Yeah.
all right. I don't know what clinically is going on with you, but I do know this. You are not fit for any. When I say buy a dog, you need a dog. You need to leave men alone because you're raising a boy. You raised a boy.
I've raised a boy. Yeah,
Oh
I've
my.
raised him.
So you're with a man that first off, you said he's high value. I don't trust when
Mm.
women say a man is high value. They tend to mean a guy just means he's earning money. That doesn't make him high value.
Mm-hmm.
But why can't you seem to set your ass down somewhere?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, and I think one of them is being in the military for so long, like being in the military for 20 years.
So,
And this is the 10th place that I've been, Kevin.
so
And
you're 43.
so
You should
I'm
have learned
43.
something by now.
Right. Well, it's almost time for me to get out, and I've always felt, if I'm being honest, and this maybe.
No, the truth of the matter is you missed it, man. The
Mhm.
man, you felt he was better than you. Your self-esteem. What did your baby daddy do? What
Hmm?
did your child's
He
father do?
he's a I don't know what he does. He changes jobs frequently. I don't know
Right.
what he does.
So
Yeah.
is he on the same financial level as the guy you were with for 2 years?
No, but most of the men I've dated have been above, on a different financial level than my son's father.
Exactly, but your imprint was with a bum. That's why you can't be with anybody, because you belong with bums. You made a baby with a bum. It's called
No,
an
he's not.
ma'am, listen,
Yeah,
breathe.
I'm breathing.
The first thing I asked you about was your child's father.
Yeah.
Why?
To see who I picked I see. To see who I had a baby by.
Exactly.
Yes,
Your
sir.
imprint.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason you can seem to possibly attract men that are better than them, because you may be more attractive. But the problem is, ma'am, everything you're saying, I don't want to hear anything about it 43 years old.
I know, right? I know.
And I'm telling you, at 43, you get no sympathy from me,
I
because
know.
you know better.
I know. I know.
You just came in here saying you were broke up with a man that had been with for 2 years, and he tried to be with your hard head self, and then you're going to actually mention another guy?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that makes sense. How? Why are you even talking to another man? See, this is why I tell you guys,
Because I'm afraid
listen,
of commitment.
this is why I
Isn't
tell
this
you
the
guys,
show?
this is why I tell you guys, do not deal with women who has friends, cut off her male friends, social media, because this is the shit that happens.
Yeah.
You should not even have access to an ex. And this isn't on your ex or the guy who wants
No.
you to live. It's on you, ma'am.
Absolutely. 100%. It's me.
So
It's
I
me.
guess you would tell your son that he should have to deal with women like you.
No, absolutely not.
Why not? He was raised by one.
Absolutely.
He was raised by one.
Yeah, but I raised him a little different
No,
than
you
to
didn't. He
expect a
saw
little
no.
different.
No. He saw you. He saw
Yeah.
you. And kids don't go by what you say, they go by what they see.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be surprised if he brings you home.
Mm. Hmm. I don't think he's gonna do that though.
Yes, he will.
Mm.
Yeah, he will.
I
Yeah, he
think he's
will.
gonna do it,
Yeah,
Kevin.
he will.
I don't think he's gonna do it. I think he's got
Right.
plenty.
Okay.
I think he's
You're
got
right. I don't know what
plenty
I'm talking about.
sense.
You're right. I don't know what I'm talking about. You're right.
I feel like he's got plenty sense, and he
Mm-hmm.
knows that that I'm not right,
So
even though I love him.
again, you will be the
Mm-hmm.
first woman in history, be the first child in history not to model what he see and what you told him. You're right. How much time did he spend with his dad growing up? Who had
So
custody?
I had custody of him for
Right. So
most
he
of
saw.
his life.
Right. So he saw men in and out of
No,
the.
sir. No,
So
no, no.
no. Listen, ma'am. Don't get triggered.
Yeah. No, because I wasn't
Don't get
triggered.
triggered. Listen.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
You had him when you were younger.
Yeah.
How many boyfriends have you had in the last 18 years?
Well, a lot of that time I spent raising my son. That was part of the issue.
How many boyfriends have you had in the last 18 years?
1, 2, 3, 3 that he's seen. Yeah.
3 that he's seen.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot of people, ma'am.
You think? Yeah, you're right.
I know. So you're about to get triggered and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like,
But
no, I do. Ma'am, all I'm
okay.
saying is this. Look, you can't undo what you've already done. But the thing is, if you're going to go through this, you need to leave men alone. Because it seems like because it would be different if you just said I had friends with benefits and I'm just over here getting with dudes and getting it in, scratching this itch. You seem to
Yeah.
go towards men who want relationships. Let me flip the script. Let me flip the script for you.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say that you were a man.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you were going towards women who were trying to get you to do the right thing, but you had a commitment issue. And you as a man were running through and dealing with women who wanted to be wives or wanted to be in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
What would they call him?
A dog, probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
because
sorry.
you
That's not funny.
just
Yeah.
because you're a female, it doesn't change the fact because you know these things.
Yeah.
And why am I being so harsh, man? Because you
Because I'm
came on talk.
old.
No,
Yeah.
it's beyond being old. It's the fact that you said you had a 2-year relationship that you
Yeah.
walked away from less than a month ago, and you gonna tell me about some dude wanting you to go move in with him. That's I don't want to say the word, man, but that's foul. That's beyond foul. That's trashy, man.
I don't know if it's trashy because I
You don't
wasn't.
know if it's trashy. You were with a
No.
man for 2 years,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and then you walked away from him 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And you've already cleared out the emotional contacts with him enough to be entertaining another man who wants you to move. In 2 weeks.
Well, you have to understand we dated some time ago. And so
I don't have to understand a damn thing. If
you're
a
right.
man did that, if a man was with a woman for 2 years and she wanted to marry him and he didn't want to get straight and he left her and then struck up with an ex who wanted to move in with him 2 weeks later, they would call him a what?
We already said it, a dog.
And that's trash.
And it's
So
trashy.
you ladies just think because you have a lighter voice and vagina that you guys aren't dogs.
Right.
You're the ones that leave relationships. And again, you have a son and you
do.
left his father. And every relationship that you sound like you've been in, you've left. And your son has seen his mother leave men. He knows you. You know everything about him, right?
I do everything.
And you only have one child, right?
That's it.
Right. I'm an only child too. And I had a mother a lot like you. I knew everything about her and things that she didn't think I knew.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you need to get back into therapy and get it on track, or leave men alone, or just deal with men who want to have sexual uncommitted relationships. But leave men who want to relate alone because you're not ready for it.
Well, I think I need to get ready because
You can't get ready on your own. That's why I said therapy.
yeah.
You can need, and if how maybe you need to go see a different therapist, because if you had it for 6 months and you ain't been in it since March, yeah, you need to get back in that.
Yeah.
And when is it over? When you're better. You don't get to put a clock on this.
Right. Right.
Kelsey, unmute yourself. I mean, seriously though, but you got to start looking at yourself the way the world would look. I mean, you're a functioning woman. Like I said, if a man were to do the things, we would judge him harshly. All right.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I mean, Kelsey, you got something going on in the background. Kelsey. All right. That person's not. And Avery, your audio's not connected. So, see, when a woman does foul stuff, society lets women off too easy. She did foul stuff, but, she had a reason. No.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can now. What's going on? Hello?
Well, my phone was about to die.
Okay.
Terrible.
All right. Well, you need to plug that in because I'm on the show live and I can't. What's going on? What do you got for me?
Okay, so you were talking about women who cannot be committed in relationships.
Commitment phobes. Yep.
Yes. So I want to tell you that it's not true.
Really? I'm sorry. Before you do that, did you hear the previous woman?
Yeah, I did a bit.
Oh, okay. So right there, ma'am, completely undercuts what you just said.
Okay, can you replay for just give a recap of what you said?
No, I'm in the middle of a show, man. But why don't you go ahead and tell me why what everybody else in the world seems to understand to be true isn't? You
Okay,
tell me why I'm wrong.
well, I'm 33 and I've been in a marriage for 12 years. You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I've been in a marriage for 12 years and I think, we get along just fine. And
How many people? How
actually,
many people are in this country, man?
7 billion.
In this country, the United States of America has roughly around 400 million, right? What's the divorce rate in this country?
51%.
What percentage of divorces are filed by women?
Probably 47%.
Closer to 80. Men don't leave relationships, women do. Always have. And due respect to you and your marriage, I know you're not going to sit here and try to tell me because you've been married 12 years that women don't have a fear of commitment today.
And you know what? I'm not. However, I wanted to just come on today to say that just in the past, so I told you I've been married 12 years, and just in the past 10, I would say days, the 10 days, we've been completely just happy.
Ma'am, congratulations, but the show isn't about you and your husband. There's 4,000 people watching right now. And I just had the previous 3 women on who all had commitment issues. So maybe, just maybe, you need to be quiet and listen to what I'm saying because you seem to not know what's going on. Everybody else
Well,
seems to get no.
okay, go ahead.
You are married. I don't care about what's going on in your marriage. Congratulations. But you are not out here. And to tell me that women don't have a problem when you can't even tell me what happened in the previous 1, 2, 3 calls on this show where women said they have issues. And every other show I've done day after day after week, you need to listen because it is you who don't get what's going on. That seems like a reasonable thing for me to ask you to do. Are you willing to do that?
Yes. Can I
Good.
say something?
Well, you know, ma'am, because I got to get on to the people who are actually paying attention. But you're married, ma'am. Congratulations. But you're not out here dating. You as a married person, and I mean no disrespect, but you don't get what's going on out here. You're in your own world, as it should be. Ladies, you do this often. You assume because your small anecdotal evidence extrapolates to everybody else. Incredible. Keisha, unmute yourself. Yes, I can. I mean, and I think it's funny that it was even like, go ahead. What do you got for me?
Fear commitment.
You
Well,
don't.
myself,
How
anyways.
old are you?
23.
23. Did you hear the previous 3 callers?
I didn't quite hear the last one. I feel like I was kind of trying to make sure I was ready for this.
Right. Well,
But the
did you
last 2,
did
yes.
okay. So what did the 43-year-old woman that I sat here and talked to for about 10 minutes talk about?
Was that the second one? I'm sorry.
At 23 years old,
Mm-hmm.
where do you live?
Houston,
Right.
Texas.
So, are you married?
I'm not.
Are you actively dating?
I am.
What was the longest relationship you've ever had?
Solid 4 months.
That ain't shit. No
I know.
offense. No offense,
I
but
know
that
it.
ain't shit. And who left?
I think
Who
it
left?
was mutual.
No, there's never mutual. So in other words, you left.
Okay.
So even a 23-year-old in Houston, one of the largest cities in the United States, can't have a relationship longer than 4 months. And when I ask who left, you can't be honest with it. You
I
left.
mean, I was. If you want to say me, then it was.
Well, when somebody says mutual, it tends to mean they left.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I left.
Well, is it the truth or not? Did he leave you or did you leave him?
No, he did not leave me.
Then fucking it's not mutual.
Whoa. Okay. Yes, I left.
Whoa!
Yes, I left.
So, ma'am, that was a lie.
Okay.
And see, that's one of the reasons women tend to not be able to be in committed relationships, because you can't even be honest. You lie. You ladies lie so cavalierly and then get mad at men for being liars. The previous caller, not the one right before you, but before you, was a 43-year-old woman with a lifetime of commitment issues. Tell me why tell me about her.
Well, I feel like she was definitely, she was 43, so I do think she was in a different stage of life. I do not have kids, so I don't know what that's like. I don't know. I don't think I'd prefer to speak on her. I can only speak for
The
myself.
fact of the matter is she's still a modern woman.
Yes.
Just like
Okay.
the other women that called in who had the same thing.
I personally do not see myself with commitment issues.
Exactly. Just like the previous caller who was married for 12 years and in her little bubble. Thank you. You're young. Okay. You're young. So without a lot of experience. And just because you may not have commitment issues, it doesn't mean it's not true. A simple Google search will actually go read up on it.
Okay. Well,
But
like
see,
I said, I can
but
only
the
speak
thing is,
for
I get it, man. But my point is, your opinion is not based in anything other than your lived experience. It's not based in fact, truth, or observable reality.
Yes, I definitely agree with that.
Well, it's no different than saying, well, I live in Las Vegas, and it's hot in Las Vegas. No, it's not. I don't believe it's hot in Las Vegas. Well, the temperature outside and the average temperature is this or that, or here's what it says, the historic temperature. Well, not me. I think it's perfectly lovely. I live in an air conditioned apartment. Right. Well, yeah, man, but it's hot outside and every other thing. The environment is sand and cactuses. Well, that's not what I see. That's what you basically just told me. Mm-hmm. You ladies need to get a little bit more plugged in. But I thank you for your opinion, but you maybe want to just get a little bit more plugged in. Because you young ladies aren't marrying. You're not in relationships. And that's why I started off at 23 years old. The longest relationship you have is 4 months. Wow. Mm-hmm. And you left that. Why?
He was not ready for what I was ready for.
Which is what?
I'm trying to think of the right words, like to execute potential.
I don't know what that means.
I think he was trying to chill and I was not trying to do that. He was not marriage minded.
What does that mean? Okay.
He was not marriage minded.
But what makes you a wife? Okay, but if you've only had a 4-month relationship, mm-hmm. What makes you a wife?
Well, I think that I have the potential to be a great mother.
Okay.
And that is definitely one of the main reasons I would love to get married. And I think that I would love to treat a man.
Okay, so if I would ask your father, what makes you a great wife? What would make you a great wife? What would he tell me?
You wouldn't be able to ask him.
Why?
He's deceased.
I'm sorry about that. Were your mother and father married?
No.
Okay, so you never saw marriage being modeled?
No.
All right. So, ma'am, right off the rip, you weren't even trained to be a wife.
Right.
So,
No,
again,
I know.
listen,
Mm-hmm.
you got a lot to learn.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So to say he wasn't ready, neither are
He
you. No, listen, neither are you. You may be physically ready to to get married, but you're not ready to be a wife. There's a difference.
okay. So how do I become ready?
Book a session.
All right.
I'm serious. I'm like, she's leaving a relationship because he wasn't marriage minded and wasn't marriage ready, but you ain't a wife yet. So, and who's to think that would work out when a woman who didn't even see marriage being modeled because the dad wasn't there and the mama wasn't married, who's to think that she could actually make a relationship work, especially a marriage? Yeah. Yeah. Avery, your thing isn't on. Your audio never connects, Avery. Chelsea, go ahead. Hello.
21
Okay.
and I am afraid of commitment. I don't know, I think it kind of just started like I've always been interested in older men. So then I don't know, like when I was like, 18 to 21, I was like, I think I'll probably wait to get into the dating scene so I can like be more mature and just know more, I don't know, more experience without any experience. I don't know what I was thinking, but um I don't know, but now that I'm 21, I know it's like COVID and stuff because I just turned 21 in June, but um it's just like it seems like, especially with older men, they tend to be really ready to like move on like super fast and like
What do you mean super
I feel like
fast?
I have to learn a lot.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because you're just talking.
Sorry.
You said you're afraid of commitment. I mean, just verbal. I don't. Huh? What's the point? I'm trying to understand the point.
Right. So it's just I think for me, the reason why I'm afraid of commitment is just because I just feel like I don't know, like you were saying with the other girl, the previous girl, that I don't
Do
know,
you want
just
to be
being so.
married?
Yes, I do want to be married.
Why?
Um, because I don't know, I just I don't know, hmm, I don't know, I just want to have a partner and have a family one day,
Buy a
build,
dog.
etc. Huh?
Buy a dog. I just asked you about, do you want to be married? You said yes. And I asked you why, and you just said, I don't know. This isn't a game. I mean, you're 21.
Hmm.
Okay. And what's the longest relationship you've ever been in?
I haven't been in one.
Exactly. That's why you're afraid of commitment because you're socially awkward.
Okay.
No offense, man, but when you got on, you just were talking. So you may be chronologically 21, but you sound closer to like a freshman in high school. And and here's the thing, that's okay. That's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for a lot of you zennials because you're not actively dating.
That is so weird. It only comes out when it's with men though, because I actually get the opposite. Like, yeah, I am socially awkward because I get the opposite when everyone is you're
Settle
so
down, puppy.
mature.
Settle down. That was improper.
Excuse me.
That's okay. But these are the social skills you're going to have to learn. Where'd you go to high school?
In Michigan.
Okay. Did you go to public high school, private, or were you homeschooled?
No, I went to public high school.
All right. How did you go to college?
I'm in college right now.
What's your classification? Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior?
Sophomore.
So you've gotten all the way through high school and sophomore in college, and you've never dated.
Nope.
Um, guys, what happened the last time a guy asked you out on a date?
I went. He was significantly older, and I just felt like it was um a little. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it, so
What do you mean he was significantly older? How old was he?
like 45.
Okay. Where'd you go?
Where did we go for the date?
Yes.
A nice restaurant.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Oh, I don't know. Just went to the restaurant, and well, he we I drove my own car. We
Uh-huh.
just met there and we were talking, and I don't know. He just kind of got really personal, like really quick,
What do you mean personal?
like I don't know. He just kind of like told me one. He was talking about his ex-wife like a lot, and it was kind of weird because considering like his ex-wife is like his age, so I don't know. Talking about, I mean, I understand like that's a part of his life, and that he was
All right.
just kind
So here's the thing. Where's your dad?
of not around.
All right. Going out with a 45-year-old man. He's probably, I don't know. Typically, you shouldn't be going out with a man that age unless he's marriage minded and wants to be married. But you're not ready for any of this. You haven't really even dated. If you're telling me the last time you went out was a 45-year-old man, and what about before that? Where's the guy? Where's the dates with guys under 30? Have you ever done that?
Not really like a serious date. It was more just like a
Man, I
hangout.
mean, a date just means you went with him to the movies.
Oh, probably like once.
All right. Um, then yes, you're another one of these young ladies that you're bordering line on femcel, female incel. Um, and if you ladies don't figure out how to start interacting with men, so you should be able to go out even casually with a guy at high school or in college just to go out to a movie, grab a pizza, something. Everything doesn't have to be marriage, but you know, um, and if this doesn't get under control, to where you start learning how to interact with men, you're gonna look up and be 40 in this position. And it happens all the time. I have women like you calling in at all ages. But you definitely don't need to go out with older men because you're not ready to be a wife. You need to practice. You need to get some dating practice. I got to put Nicole. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you. Hold on, Chelsea. Hey, Nicole.
Hey Kevin, how are you?
I am well. What's going on? Guys, get the likes up and we got. Go ahead, Nicole. What you got?
So I just first want to say, thank you for all that you're doing. I've been watching you for about 2.5 months now.
Uh
Um,
oh.
it yeah. At first it was a bit much to take in.
Uh
It takes a
oh.
while to get used to you, but while I may not agree 100% of the time, a lot of it is, factual and, I'm here for
You
it.
shouldn't agree 100% of the time. You shouldn't. I don't expect you to. But um, by the way, I forgot to ask you. How old are you?
I'm 32.
All right.
Danger zone.
Danger zone. Let me give you the danger zone. So, are modern women? Do modern women fear commitment, Nicole?
Um, yes,
Okay.
I have to agree with that notion. At first, I did not
Hmm.
because, well, the main reason is because I just came from the perspective that all women want commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was raised that, being in a committed relationship is the way to go. It's the right thing to do. Although I
Mm-hmm.
find that as an oxymoron because I was raised by a single mom.
Right. So most of us. So that's yeah.
Right, like most of us. And you had some callers call in, saying they were afraid of commitment because they were afraid to become like their mothers.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% agree. That resonated with me so much
Mm-hmm.
that it almost brought me to tears.
No.
Um, yeah, and I'm gonna be seeing a therapist tomorrow. But also, in addition to that, looking at my past when I've had the opportunity to settle down with a high value man,
Mm-hmm.
um, I missed my window of opportunity. What
Yep.
I mean by that
Yeah.
is that we've been friends for like over 15 years, but at the time in our 20s, when life finally, brought us back around, he asked me to move in with him.
Mm-hmm.
What did I say? No, I don't want to do that. I want to focus on being independent. I got to
Mm-hmm.
finish my college degree. And he was dumbfounded.
I'm a PhD.
Like, what does that have to do with you settling down with me? I can support you through your schooling, but I
Mm-hmm.
was surrounded by women who said, focus on your education, focus on your career. And now,
Mm-hmm.
because of that, he's married to someone else now.
Mm-hmm. See, and that's why I find it, interesting when I have black women coming on and say, "You talk bad to us, or you bash us, you bad." I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm trying to help women avoid what you just said because I was filling in the blanks while you were talking. You don't want to be like your mother. A lot of guys don't want to be like they said, like they believe their father was. But so we only learn how to not lose. But when faced with winning, you run. I knew you were going to say you ran. Effectively, I ran. And you ran and hid behind degree and all this other kind of stuff. That at the end of the day, he's like, you don't want all that. You want to be sitting right here. And I hate hearing that because so many sisters like yourself are missing out on what could be out of fear. So thank you for being honest because I don't think some women
Yeah.
can hear that coming from me.
Right. And it's like I could, being 32, I could have been married to him and we would have had our like third
Mm-hmm.
child by
Yep.
now,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
But I come from a circle of women who are like, no,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to worry about a man right now. Just focus. And now looking back, I regret it.
All
And
right.
so now I got to work 10 times harder to attract that
Mm-hmm.
high value man at
Mm-hmm.
this point in my life.
So what made you decide to go to therapy?
Well, I've been in therapy before.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, and it helped tremendously, but that was what caused me to go to therapy initially was because of a breakup, was
Okay.
a bad breakup
What
that
made
I
you
had
decide to
years
go
ago.
back?
I have some emotional things that I realized I didn't realize
Right.
I'm still dealing with.
Right.
And
Cool.
so I want to make sure that I don't carry that on
Mm-hmm.
into the next relationship.
Well, let me.
Don't get me wrong. I want to be a wife. I want to be eventually a mom one day soon, but I'm doing the work now. And as
Well.
a matter of fact, I'm going to be in Atlanta this weekend. My girlfriends and I, we're going to get dressed up, looking
Mm-hmm.
nice, you know, doing what we have to do. We're going to position ourselves and I don't know. I haven't been to Atlanta before. It's going to be my first time, so I don't know the great places to go. But we're going to go and position ourselves and get ourselves ready and meet some people.
Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations. And I would say this: understand something that one, being in therapy is the smartest thing you can do because it's proactive. Number one, number two. Now you're in the place now you can win. So while you may feel like you have to work 10 times as hard, you really don't. You just have to get yourself in a position to act on opportunity when it presents itself. So don't feel like, well, I'm got to do this for the next 10 years. No, no, no. Life has a funny way of dropping things right in your lap when you least expect it. And it's a matter of you're doing the work now so you can take advantage of these things. So that's a good thing. I actually need to cut this out and make it its own little call. So good stuff. Hope you guys have a good time here in Hot Atlanta. It's kind of warm here, man. It's kind of warm. Enjoying it though.
Oh, okay. So we can bring out the dresses and the
Oh
open
yeah,
toed
the
heels.
dresses and heels. Yeah, check the weather, but it's warm here. So, all right, Nicole, thanks for calling in. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Can't take her. So understand something that many people tend to think that therapy slows you down. No, 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 no. Therapy speeds you up. Therapy speeds you up. What in the heck is going on? Therapy speeds you up because learning how to recognize opportunities and things like that, and learning how not to repeat mistakes. Think about a video game. How many times you ever played a video game and you kept making the wrong move, you kept getting killed around this corner, the monster was around that corner, and once you finally learned that, oh, I need to do this, I need to push this button, I need to roll forward and then do this and not get past him. Well, after you learn how to do that, you keep on going through the game. And then the next time you see that the same thing happened again, I was like, oh, this is okay, drop what A, B, up, down, left, right. Okay, cool. You're on through the game. That's how life is, folks. You have to keep on moving forward. So, all right, we ran a little bit long. The presidential debate was tonight. I'm glad we had this show. Had a pretty good balance. Yeah, next week I'll be having my first annual Atlanta Mixer for people in a mixed group. So, guys, understand something. Ladies, understand something. You can choose. You can choose to put a kibosh on this anger and this fear stuff. Get it under control. So, I know I'm going to sit back and say, well, I'm not doing all that for no man. No, you do all that for your quality of life. Quality of life and build a better headspace to where you can enjoy the days as they go by. And then when life happens and opportunity crosses your path, you'll be available and ready for it. So, good stuff. I got to get up out of here. Night has been long. We're going to end the week out strong on a fun show tomorrow night. I'm not going to tell you the title, but you're going to like it. Until next time, peace. We are gone. Wrong song. Stop that. Oh, no, we're going to do that again. Peace. We are gone. What's going on?
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No,
What are y'all doing?
'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes, yeah, lead the way.
Y'all going crazy in the comment section, all these WAP
No need
comments.
to say
Yeah, y'all need to chill on all the WAPs,
where
man.
we are heading now.
We've had enough of the WAP comments.
I follow
It's not funny anymore.
of it all
Yeah.
to the edge
I'm
of
gonna
it
actually put
all.
WAP in the filter so it'll start
So tell your
taking those out of the way.
cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now.
Tonight's the last night. You guys will be able to type WAP in the comment section. Chat room.
So
Tomorrow it is going to start timing you out.
cause I'll buy no
Fair use, fair warning. Join me on Patreon. Videos, you will only see that. I'm uploading stuff from New York. Oh, so much content you gotta get up. There it goes. And as usual, follow me on IG, on Instagram for videos you will only see behind the scenes in the frat room. When they're up, they're up. When they're down, they're down. When they're gone.
Nothing can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way.
Bye-bye to no man's land.
No need to say
Bye, tumbleweed.
where we are heading now, babe.
Don't be scared.
I follow to the edge of it all.
Email your show idea to info@bykevinsamuels.com or ask your question that you and I might respond to it in the video, 7 to 12 minutes. In the comment section, in the title, put Ask Godfather. Or go to bykevinsamuels.com to book your one-on-one virtual consultation or just your general hour with me. Yeah, get all the WAPs and the things like that out of your system because we're moving past WAP tomorrow. Remember, it's your life. You get to choose. Decide how it happens. You get to pick what happens, how you choose to deal with what happened